Hello creative people, welcome back to the channel. This is Emily Green, I am a Spanish illustrator and I'm quite excited today because we're celebrating reaching 2,000 followers on Instagram. To thank you, I'm hosting a Draw This in Your Style challenge, and to get you started, I'm going to show you a simple way to animate your illustrations using the challenge artwork as an example. If you've been following my work for a while, you may have noticed that I love adding little animations to all my illustrations because I think it's a great way to bring them to life. So grab your favorite pencils and let's dive into it. The key to animation is layers, and they are also known as frames. With more layers, you can create smoother and more detailed movement. But let's keep it simple today and use just 2 frames for a very simple animation. Each layer acts as a single frame in the animation. I'm going to rename my first layer to Circle, since that's what I'll be drawing. I'll use the snapping tool to center it perfectly. And once that's done, let's activate the Animation Assist option. You can find it by clicking on Actions, then Canvas, and then Animation Assist. See the new window that pops up at the bottom? That's our animation assistant. It shows how many frames or layers we are using. Right now, with only one layer, we only see one frame. So let's duplicate this layer to create a second frame. We'll rename it Small Circle, and we'll make it smaller and center it again. Here I have temporarily changed the color of the small circle for better visibility, and again I'm using the snapping tool for precision. Now let's see what happens if we press play. There we go, our circle comes to life. And we can adjust the speed of the animation by clicking on Settings and then Frames per second. The higher the frames per second, then the faster the animation. I like to keep my animation simple, so I usually set the speed at 2 frames per second. But what if you only wanted to animate a very specific part of your illustration and not the whole thing? Procreate allows you to achieve that too, and it's actually quite simple, so let's explore it now. I'm going to keep my first layer as it'll be the base of our animation. Clicking on it in the Animation Assist window and setting it as background will lock it in place. I'm also renaming the base layer to base. And now let's add a new layer where I'll draw a happy face. To create another frame, I'll duplicate the layer, and this time I'm going to erase one of the A's and redraw it blinking. Now when we press play, our happy face will wink at us. Because we've previously set our circle as part of the background, it won't move, only the layers on top will be affected, creating the illusion of a wink. Okay, so now that we know the basics, let's see how we can go from this to this. So I've got here the illustration I'm going to use for my challenge, and I have already organized and renamed the layers that can potentially be used for animation. So let's open our Animation Assist. Now remember, each layer acts as a frame. If we leave them all active, the animation would be a mess. So let's apply our knowledge and tweak it a bit. First, we'll set our background layer as the background in Animation Assist. Now, any layers that we want to remain static throughout the animation need to be set as background as well. And here's the catch, you cannot set multiple layers as background in Animation Assist. But there is a solution. We can open the Layers panel, select the layers we want as a permanent background, and clip them to our actual background layer. This way, these unmerged layers act as a background, but can still be used later if we unclip them. See? When we check the Animation Assist, our background frame has changed. It's incorporated all the elements that we've clipped, replacing the original sky. Since we're only animating the butterflies today, those are the layers that I won't be clipping to the background. I have 3 butterfly layers, one for the right wings, one for the left wings, and one for the body. But leaving them separate in Animation Assist wouldn't work well. We'd only be able to see one layer per frame, not the complete butterfly. And to fix that, I'm going to group those 3 layers together. Now all the butterfly layers count as one frame in the animation. There is just one more layer to manage. I have a texture layer on top, and clipping it to the background wouldn't allow it to affect the butterflies. So I'll go back to the Animation Assist, click on the frame corresponding to the texture layer, and set it as foreground. This way the texture layer will affect the rest of the illustration without altering the butterfly animation. Now for the fun part, let's animate those butterflies. First, I'm going to duplicate our butterfly group, giving us 2 frames to work with, and I'll be working on the newly duplicated group. To start, I'll select the butterfly's right wing layer, and I'm using the selection tool to choose the wing I'm going to alter. I'll use the distort option to mimic a butterfly's wing movement. And once I'm happy with the right wing, I'll repeat the process on the left wing layer. To make the animation smoother, I'm going to reduce the speed to 2 frames per second. And there we go, our butterfly is flapping its wings. Now let's animate another butterfly. Again, I'm going to start by altering the right wing, and this time I'll be using the Uniform tool to move the wing around. The Uniform tool, unlike Distort, lets you move selection in a straight line, which can also be useful for subtle movements. Once I'm happy with the right wing, I repeat the process on the left wing layer. And to add a touch of realism, I'll also move the body of the butterfly just a tiny little bit, so it can create the illusion of a floating butterfly. There we go. Now we only have to repeat the same steps for the rest of the butterflies. And there we have it. I strongly recommend you try this, it's super fun and a great way to breathe life into your illustrations. Also, if you want to join the Draw This in Your Style challenge on my Instagram account, I would love to see your versions of my illustration, and even more, I'd love to see your animations too. If you find this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel where we've got creative videos every Sunday. Also, if you'd like to join the challenge and follow my journey as an illustrator, you can follow me on Instagram at @everlygreenart, where I post all my illustrations, including this one here. Have a lovely day and see you in the next video. Bye!